Sabi nila, ang mga OFW ang mga modern heroes ng ating bansa. Ito ay dahil sa contribution nila on our country's economy despite personal sacrifices. Ngunit dahil sa COVID pandemic, marami sa ating mga kababayan abroad ang nawalan ng trabaho o nabawasan ng sahod. Dahil dito, ang Philippine government has stepped up in various necessary ways to help our fellow OFWs affected by the COVID crisis. Kamakailan lamang ay nagpalabas ng advisory ang Polo Abu Dhabi tungkol sa DOLE AKAP. DOLE stands for Department of Labor and Employment and AKAP means abot kamay ang pagtulong. Ito ay ang one-time financial assistance of 10,000 pesos or 730 dirhams for displaced OFWs affected by COVID. Sa video po na to, papakita ko po sa inyo ang mga eligibility, required documents, and process on how to apply for DOLE AKAP program. Let's start! Susunod po yung mga eligible workers. First, workers must be regular, documented OFWs, those who possess valid passports and appropriate visas or permits to stay and work in the receiving country, and those whose contract of employment have been processed by the POEA or the POLO. Those OFW who are undocumented, because originally they are regular or documented workers, but for some reason or cause, they've lost their regular or documented status. Those who are not registered with POEA or whose contracts were not processed by POEA or the POLO, but have undertaken actions to regularize their contracts or status. And those who are not registered with POEA or whose contracts were not processed by POEA or the POLO but are active OWA members at the time of availment. Pangalawa po, those OFWs who have experienced job displacement due to the receiving country's imposition of lockdown or community quarantine or having been infected by COVID-19. Pangatlo, those OFWs who did not receive any financial support or assistance from the receiving country or employer. So ano po yung mga required documents para makapag-avail ng DOLE AKAP program? First, kailangan nyo pong ma-fill upan yung application for special cash assistance na pwede pong ma-download sa Polo Abu Dhabi website kung taga Abu Dhabi po kayo, or sa Polo Dubai if you're living in Northern Emirates or in Dubai. Then, you have to provide a copy of valid passport, then yung employment visa po, then proof of overseas employment, so yun po yung OEC or yung company ID, then certification from the employer as a proof of loss of employment on account of COVID-19. So sa mga OFW naman po na undocumented pero hindi naman nila kasalanan, you have to give a proof that the OFW is currently involved in an ongoing case with case reference number and case endorsement stamped by POLO. There are some things that we need to remember. So sa passport po, it must be signed by the owner or the applicant. Then sa visa naman po, if you're going to apply in Polo Abu Dhabi, it must be Abu Dhabi or Al Ain issued visa. Then ito po yung sample ng DOLE AKAP form. So pwede naman pong handwritten kung hindi nyo po kaya magpa-type or mag-print through computer. Then the address must be in the Philippines. You must complete all the details Then, it must be signed by the applicant. Then, ito po yung sample ng Notice of Displacement. There must be a company letterhead addressed to the applicant. It must be signed and stamped by company. Then, duly signed by the applicant. Ayan, so we will start the procedure on how to apply for the DOLE AKAP program. So, first we need to go to the website of Philippine Overseas Labor Office, Abu Dhabi, UAE. That's poloabudhabi.weebly.com. So, I will put the link on the description box below for your reference. Then, scroll down lang po natin. Until makarating tayo dito sa One-Time Financial Assistance, DOLE AKAP Advisory. So first, you have to read the advisory and guidelines. So yun nga po yung eligibility, yung required documents na na-mention natin kanina. Then, you have to download the DOLE AKAP application form. So ito po yun. So you have to complete all the details. So you have to put your name, the last name, the first name, middle name, the birth date, passport number, contact number, your email address, your Facebook account, and your address. As previously mentioned, you have to put your address in the Philippines. Then you have to put your country of deployment and OFW category, whether you're a land-based or sea-based. Then you have to complete all the documents. Then don't forget to put your signature here and the date of application as well. Okay, then after that, you have to submit the documents here. The DOLE AKAP documents on this link. So click nyo lang po yan. So ito po yung lalabas. Again, you have to complete all the details. So, may mga nakalagay po dyan na red na asterisk. So, ibig sabihin, bawal silang i-leave na blank. So, you have to put your last name, your first name, your middle name, your date of birth, your sex, whether you are male or female, and your valid passport number, your passport validity, your mobile number, your email address, as well as your Facebook account. So, importante din to kasi meron siyang red asterisk here. So, kailangan talaga siyang ma-fill upan. Then, street address in the Philippines, the barangay, municipality or city, the province, company or employer name, your position or your job title. Then, you have to put your passport copy, visa copy, and the DOLE AKAP application form with the signature. Then, the notice of displacement with the letterhead and stamp and signature as well. Then, click the submit button. So, ito po yung DOLE AKAP process flow. So, first, we need to submit the application in online database and we have to complete all the requirements. Okay, you have to give at least 5 working days for the polo to evaluate your application. So once it's verified, it's either approved or not approved. The polo will inform you on the status of your application within 5 working days. Then after that, if it's approved, they will process your payment and they will release the payment through bank transfer or money remittance. So once verified, makakatanggap po kayo ng email ng sinumpaang salaysay. So ito po yung patunay na hindi po kayo sumasahod with certain reasons. Then, meron po dyan ng thumb mark and buong pangalan at pirma ng nanunumpa. Then, kapag na-aprobahan po yung application nyo, makaka-receive po kayo ng email na ganito. Panawagan sa mga beneficiaryo ng DOLE AKAP. So, makukuha nyo po yung inyong benepisyo sa anumang sangay ng All-Brother Exchange sa lalong madaling panahon. So, nag-set din po sila ng deadline kung hanggang kailan nyo po pwedeng makuha. Otherwise, kapag hindi nyo po nakuha sa nakakatakdang date, so it means na hindi kayo interested and ililipat po nila sa ibang kwalipikadong aplikante. So, maraming salamat po sa pakikinig. So, that's it. Thank you for watching.